ciKitchen is brought to you by Harvest Market.
If you're ever at a loss on what to fix for dinner, you can usually just grab something out of the freezer to whip right up.
But what if you don't have much to choose from in your freezer? Here with tips on stocking your freezer is guest chef Anita Dukeman. Hi, Anita.
Hi, how are you?
Well, we're great.
I am one such person
glad that you're here.
with nothing in my freezer. I literally have half a bag of tater tots and an ice cream bar, and that is all.
I'm usually the opposite, and we'll talk about that.
Mine's extra full, too, but I'm not sure it's as healthy as the options that you've got there on the counter.
I'm trying, Heather, to fill that with some good stuff.
Okay.
So what's the advantage of a freezer food versus fresh?
Well, I would assume it makes things stay edible longer, right? My mom used to freeze everything. Like, we'll put bread in the freezer. We'll put whatever in the freezer.
I've got bread in my freezer right
now.
now.
So I would. That was my assumption, but I don't know.
Well, that is very true. But also, when fruits and vegetables are picked for freezing, they're picked at the prime time. So there's no travel, it's not in a semi, it's not going across country from California, and each time it sits, the longer it sits, the less nutrition. So for instance, look at this really lovely fresh
cauliflower there.
Cauliflower
sure, yeah.
I bought on my way here. Does that look fresh to you? Not really,
yeah.
right?
I mean, there's a little brown on top, and the leaves are a little wilty.
The leaves are looking a little wilty.
Do you eat cauliflower if it has the brown spots on it?
Depends on how brown.
Can you?
I cut it off.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was like mold or like bad.
Well, probably, but, you know.
Anita's like, I wasn't prepared to talk about brown cauliflower. Okay, moving on.
Secret's out.
Right. You cut it off. That's fair.
Come to my house and I serve you cauliflower. You'll say no,
I know.
thank you.
Like, I'll take some carrots.
Right.
Okay, you've got. So you're saying no, that's not as fresh as it could be.
It isn't. So if you bought fresh cauliflower, it is fresh right off the farm, boom, frozen. So there's some nutritional loss, for instance, B and C, but not enough to make up for everything else that's being lost by it sitting on a truck or on the produce.
Makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't have ever thought of that. Do you want to continue going to foods, or do you want to talk about containers?
I just want to quickly say there's certain things. These are wild blueberries that
I thought
you
those
really
were black beans.
I did too.
Yeah, they're wild blueberries, and they are so healthy. They're considered a longevity superfood. So you can only find those frozen. I highly recommend them. Put them in your smoothies. Eat them fresh out of the freezer like a quick treat, or oatmeal, whatever.
Yeah.
But they're great, and they're healthier than just our cultivated regular.
I see bananas over there. Now, I have froze bananas both ways, and I will say, do not put them with the peel in the freezer.
No, don't do that.
That is a mess.
Now, they're going to turn color, as you know, but what are you going to use them for? You're either going to make banana bread or a smoothie, and who cares if they're a
Do you
little
not do it because the peel gets all weird, or because it's
Yes.
impossible to get off the
peel,
banana?
then you cannot get the peel off. And you're like, all right, well, that worked.
So these are the things that are in my freezer that I brought. Nuts are a great thing to freeze because you buy them in a large quantity, and they'll go rancid if they just sit.
I was going to ask. I didn't know they could go bad.
They do, and they're a little pricey.
Yeah, they are.
So you want to make sure you have them. Almonds are just super healthy for you, along with walnuts. And then I have pumpkin seeds that I buy raw, and I just throw that in my cereal or my oatmeal in the morning, so I get my quota.
I saw butter on your list.
I do.
You freeze butter?
Yeah, you can freeze butter.
Really?
Why would you freeze butter? I guess what's the advantage?
Again, I don't use that much butter.
Okay.
I'm not a baker, and I use very little. So when
I heard there were cookies. Are there cookies?
There are cookies. Well, let's go with our brown rice.
All right, fine.
You know,
Let's get healthy out of the way.
When you make rice, you make a lot of rice. So then what do you do with the leftover? You throw it out.
Yeah.
So I freeze it, and then I make fried rice with it. So one of the disadvantages of anything in the freezer, it does change the texture, but who cares? You're going to put veggies and soy sauce or whatever you want.
Okay, we're about out of time, but you've actually brought a recipe to share today.
Well, I did, but here are my freezer containers, so we won't get to talk about those.
Well, let's talk about
We
that.
can do it in the next segment.
Let's do that later.
Okay.
I want to make sure we at least get started on our omelet so people know what we're fixing today.
So I made these, they're called omelette muffins, and I'm using these really great silicone these little silicone cupcake
liners.
yes, and also you'll need something like that, or these are parchment paper that also work really well. you can use just a regular nonstick, just spray it, spray it, spray it. And all I do is, this is my typical ingredients, so anything you want, anything goes, about a half a cup of whatever you choose. I use a little garlic powder and a little bit of salt, and I like to saute mine, so that's what I did, and I mix it all together, and I put it in here. And then I add cheese. You don't have to add cheese if you don't want to.
All right, we're going to have you share the rest of that with us here in just a few minutes, but I've never heard of an omelet muffin. I look forward to trying one.
We will connect you to Anita and her omelet muffin recipe at StayLiving.tv.